What's up, man? We back for another episode of Any and Everything, man. Sorry about that. Back for everything, no. Back for another one with Any and Everything, man. It's been an interesting week. Got a smart guy playing in the background. I know y'all remember Colonel Bubble. That Colonel Bubble episode when goddamn TJ went to full entrepreneur mode. Said, fuck this. I'm tired of the big boys getting all this money. We about to sneak in. Y'all remember that episode when TJ snuck in as a little man? TJ got it popping. Then they came for him. Then they offered him a position. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. But shit, I wanted to talk about this Nick Cannon situation. Everybody's pretty I want to say the general consensus is not too shocked. Not too shocked. You know, speaking from a black man's perspective, I mean, this shit is pretty common. You're not really allowed to have a voice. You're not really allowed to speak on things. You're not really allowed to, state your opinion. State how it is you really out here feeling in these streets. And that's tough. Because, you feel helpless. Sometimes you feel helpless because you feel like, man, what the fuck? If I say this, women coming at my neck. If I say this about this white man coming at my neck. My job might be gone. My career might be gone. Let me tell you where Nick fucked up, though. Where Nick fucked up at was pretty much coming at the people who cut your check. Never let anyone sign your check. Shout out to heavyweights, man. Uncle Tony, man. Uncle Tony was a wild motherfucker, man. Shout out to heavyweights. Anybody who knows, knows. Anybody who knows, knows. It's another story for another day. Nick, see, we all know what comes with this game. It's written rules, dude. It's written rules. And anybody who comes for the Jewish community, it's get down or lay down with them. It's get down or lay down. Is Nick anti-Semitic? Of course not. Of course he's not anti-Semitic. They're throwing anti-Semitism at anybody who says anything of any sort to the Jewish community. They came at Bron. They came at Bron for rapping 21 Savage lyric. Came at young LeBron James. They did the same shit to him. D Jackson spoke up on some things. He tweeted a tweet that obviously, wasn't correct. They say that was false. They say that was made up as far as the tweet that he retweeted, which was from Hitler. But, it was pretty much calling out the Jews. Again, just the tweet was Hitler calling out the Jews and whatnot. And a lot of people took offense to that post. See, a lot of people took offense to that post. And I see, when they put out these, it's funny. It's it's like they they compare the anti-Semitism, you know, to the oppression of blacks. I see them trying to, you know, take away from a lot of these black movements that's going on right now by saying a lot of people, you know, are anti-Semitic, you know. But Nick has to know better than that shit, though. Nick has to know the arena he's in. Like, come on, bruh. You gotta know. It's like if, and you know what? I'm not even gonna try to give no scenario, man. You can't. What's the saying? What do they say? Don't shit where you eat, or is it don't shit where you sleep? One of those. But you can't come at the people. You can't question the very people who are giving you your platform, man. You know, and the thing is, now Nick is complaining about the ownership, and he trying to get ownership back. Bruh, you know this from the jump. You knew this shit wasn't happening like that. You knew it wasn't going down like that, Nick. You have no say-so in this matter as far as ownership goes, dude. You've been a loyal employee for years. For years, you've been gaining off these people platform. And then want to talk that talk? Bro, I don't have no issue with what he said. Free speech is free speech. Whatever happened to Merck? You know, free speech is free speech. I don't think he said anything, you know, you know, a lot of the things he said, one could take as truth. You know, one can take as facts, depending on who's looking at it. Depending on who's looking at it. And you know, he was just calling it like he saw it. You know what I mean? He was calling it like he saw it. And you're not allowed to really do that, especially when you're talking about the very people who are putting you on that platform. Now, Nick didn't even really say any names. He didn't actually call out Jewish people. He alluded to the 13 families and whatnot and you know, that type thing, but you know, he never said blatantly came out and said Jewish people. He's talking about the higher ups, the elites. So obviously they feel like they do run everything, and they do feel like they are able to punish people. Obviously, look at how they doing Nick and anybody else who will get out of line and really, you know, call them out and speak negatively about them. But Nick has been going down this woke enlightenment phase of his life now for a while now. Nick been on this fucking path for about a cool 2, maybe going on 3 years. When Nick started going down his righteous path. So this has kind of been a long time coming. It's been a long time brewing. This nigga Nick kind of been teetering that line for a minute. Remember the shit with America's Got Talent? Like, Nick been pro-blacking it up. That boy Nick been goddamn pro-blacking it up. So we gotta, hey, Nick and anybody in entertainment, or that's looking to get into entertainment, that's looking to you know, get into that field, it's just some shit that you can't say, and you gotta know this going into it. Now, Nick maybe feels comfortable. Nick maybe is comfortable enough to speak on this type of shit because he feels like he has enough money in the bank. Feels like he got enough put up. He could do his thing. I mean, if a nigga feels straight, he feels straight. Let him be. But see, he's copping pleas. And he's apologizing. And still wanting ownership. See, Nick, you still ain't learned your lesson. You trying to... You apologizing and then saying you want some ownership, bruh. Come on, bro. You have a big enough name at this point to start your own platform. You should have done that a while ago. Nick could have been putting up numbers on YouTube or wherever other platform he would, take his work. People would fuck with Wildin' Out online. But see, a lot of these online places are getting just like the regular media. They trying to censor the internet. They trying to really censor the internet out here in these streets. But, as far as this situation, man, the ownership thing, trying to get at Viacom, bro, that's how they do. This is how they do in the entertainment industry. They use you, and try to tarnish your name when it's all said and done. Try to tarnish your name. They want you to be a good little, house Negro. I actually applaud Nick for having the courage, to speak up and say what it is. Like, if that's how we feel, that's how we feel. You know what I mean? If that's how he feels, that's how he feels. On the flip side of that, though, if a white person was coming at blacks like that the same way, niggas would have something to say. And we gonna keep it a buck. Niggas would have something to say. We would have something to say. And people would feel some type of way. If that came from a prominent white person, you know what I'm saying? It would be all type of it would be all type of cancellation going on. People not really canceling Nick. He has a lot of support right now, especially with the times that's going on. But a lot of people in entertainment are cowering down because you can't do these things if you want to maintain that position. You just can't. Or if you want to stay alive. Sometimes speaking out of turn with them can result in the death. So some of these dudes, you see him riding with Nick D Wade. I mean, we can expect D Wade to do that type of shit though, right? That's pretty fair to say at this point, right? Shout out to D Wade, oh no, man. Gabby, I see you. Turning that family all type of which way. But Gabby, I see you, man. That's a beautiful black woman right there. But yeah, another story for another day. So people are coming out and supporting Nick and reneging. Nick knew what it was though. Nick had Tariq Nasheed on his show. Nick had Professor Griff on there. He, like I said, he was getting real woke. Nick was really starting to come into his wokeness. And god damn it, Viacom said we cutting Wildin' Out. Wildin' Out has been, I believe, one of the longest running shows, up to date. And he's trying to sue for the name, I believe, and the rights. If Nick come to YouTube and start Wildin' Out, it's gonna be all type of melees. Because Nick don't own that. And that's what I mean. You can't go back to the owner begging for them to give you a chunk of this ownership. As savvy as a businessman that Nick is, he should have been setting up his own thing. He should have been doing his own thing. And like I said, maybe he realizes, maybe he's really at the point to where it's like, fuck him. Maybe that's what caused him to do that initially. But obviously, those sentiments weren't strong enough because he's backing down and he's cowering down. He's backing down and he's apologizing. And Nick, Nick, quiet as kept, is a motherfucking pillar. Nick done a lot for this game, man. For this entertainment game, man. Like, let's bust this bitch all the way down. We got Nickelodeon starting early. All that. This is after the Kenan and Kel era. So you got Nick coming along, after, but still dealing with them. Like they're Kenan and Kel's falling off. Nick is kind of coming up. So you got Nick in the All That episodes. Now Nick and Kenan building chemistry, with on the show and whatnot. They get more chemistry. It's getting more funnier. Kenan and Kel branch off. Nick kind of the only black dude really around Nickelodeon. Had his own show. Had the Nick Cannon show. At the time. I can't think. Maybe Cousin Skeeter was out at that time too. But I can't really, remember per se if they were at the same time or not when Nick was rising in prominence over there at Nickelodeon. Doing his thing on Nickelodeon. Came in the game, then moved over to the movies. Call it what you want. Say what you want about the Nick. Corny, doing this, doing that. Hey, Drumline household classic. Drumline household goddamn black classic. Quiet as kept, a lot of these white folks love Drumline. A lot of these Asians, right there, drumming along with Cannon in the movie. A lot of these Latinas, yep. Shout out Drumline. That's what I mean, man. Nick, and we gotta talk about this too. Nick done smashed a lot of you niggas' favorite jack off poster girl. The girl on your walls, the girls you jacking off to. Nick done had him. Nick done, hey, Christina Milian, Kim K, Mariah, when she was something. This guy Nick is an all-around savant, man. Rapping, hit records. We not gonna act like. Listen, I know him doing his thing was a joke, right? I know it was a joke, but we not about to sit here and act like Gigolo wasn't a bona fide smash. That's what we can't do. That's what we can't do. Oh. Sing here, I'm a gigolo, always on the go. You can tell the way the wide body sitting on foes. How I'm shining with the fresh. Always surrounded by so many. So look, we not about to sit here and act like this man ain't accomplished great things. This firing is a big deal. But he still got other gigs. You know, Fox is still working with him. You know, that's real one shit. He has other things in motion. But you don't want to have to put yourself in a position, Nick, to where you're begging someone for ownership. You got your own, brother. Go start your own company, man. And I'm sure at this point he knows, man. Because Nick could easily put out his own movies and do his thing. Like, you know, Marlon be doing his own thing. Man, Nick could produce his own shit, man. So as far as working with these companies and whatnot, damn, man. And this goes to a bigger issue too. It goes to the whole white supremacy, the whole Jews control the world, they control the media. You know, Nick Cannon, he held out for kind of a long time. I'll say one day before he apologized. And you know, we get the apology, right? We get it. Like, you fucking up your whole bag if you don't apologize and cower down to these people. Like, your life could be really fucked up. Like, they run the media. They can really make you out to be this horrible guy. Bring all type of shit on you that we didn't know about Nick Cannon. Yeah, they have that ability to do so. Which is how they keep a lot of these people in check. That's how they keep a lot of these people quiet from letting you know what some of the real things are going on in that realm, in that world. The shit is nuts, man. It's nuts. And the fact that he's apologizing to his Jewish brothers and sisters. He said it just like that. My Jewish brothers and sisters, I apologize. It's you know, to the Jews and to the Jewish people that felt some type of way about what Nick said, if you're genuinely hurt, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way, because I'm sure a lot of people aren't looking at it from Nick's point of view. A lot of people are just taking what he's saying and they're hurt by it. I'm not talking about the elites of the elites who actually run everything and are trying to punish Nick. But I'm talking about maybe your everyday Jewish person that may not be filthy rich, that may not be an elite, that may not, you know, eat off of other people and do those type of things that have that type of behavior that Nick was displaying. Was saying. I'm not talking about that. Those people. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the Jewish people who genuinely don't have anything to do with the type of things that Nick was saying. The people who really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have every right to be offended at what Nick was saying. You have every right to be offended at what Nick was saying. But yeah, I'm sorry if you felt like that. I'm sorry if you felt a way or if you were offended about what Nick said. You know what I mean? But he said what he said. He said what he said. He said what he said. I don't think Nick intended to, you know, hurt any feelings. I don't think Nick intended to shit on a whole group of people I know he didn't intend to shit on a whole group of people. He was just calling it like it was to him. You know what I'm saying? And people are allowed to get offended at that. Because, if the situation was flipped, if somebody came at me like that and talking, I might feel some type of way too. I know niggas is gonna feel some type of way too. So, with that being said, is a spade a spade? Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. How y'all feel about this Nick Cannon situation? Was he wrong for his comments? Should he have apologized? Would you have apologized? Would you have just went and started your own shit? Especially after you built up a name and a platform for yourself and got all this money. Would you have built it on your own? Or stayed comfortable and kept getting jobs and kept getting paid? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure everybody like, comment, and subscribe for the people who hear this back on YouTube. And yeah, man, what's sounding, man? Hey, man, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Quote of the day. I have never seen a man lose a woman chasing money, but I have seen a man lose all type of money chasing these women. Hey, talk to me. It's the kid, man.